Hi there everybody, it's Verity from inkybutterfly.wordpress.com. Thank you for joining me today for a very special video, because today it is my first time taking part in the Stamp Around UK video blog hop. So I was very honoured to be invited to join in with this hop. So this is the July challenge to use DSP. So DSP isn't something I use a lot of, and I tend to buy it and look at it and think it's really, really pretty, and then don't actually do anything with it. So, challenge accepted. I've done something with DSP, and I hope it's a little bit different as well to other things that may be around. So I did lots of searching around for some ideas on what I could do, and there are lots of things using strips and layers and what have you. But I came upon this idea because I really like using this Best Plaid builder die. So I thought, why not, let's do a check pattern using the different colours and patterns that are inside the DSP pack. Okay, and this is what I came up with. So as you can see, I picked out some of the Night and Navy and Coastal Cabana kind of combinations there. I've got more Calypso Coral on this one, and then the combo we're going to work with today is going to be more on the Purple Posy spectrum. So these were the ones I picked out. So we had these are the ones we're going to work with now, and then those are the other patterns. And I mean, that's just a few of them. There's so many more in the package that I could have used with different colour combinations. So I realised I didn't need to cut up a whole sheet, so I just got, let me just put this away, I actually cut some 3x3 inch strips, and I lay this die over the top, and I'm going to get the 6 full squares out of the middle there. That's what I'm after. Okay, so I'm just going to die cut that for you now. I've done all the others, so I did 3 patterns for each of the card designs. So I'm just going to whiz that through my die machine, if I can just get that lined up. So it does clank and bang because of the nature of the die. So if I bring that out now and lift that off, if I lift that off and keep those bits in place, I don't need any of these. So it's these that I want out the middle. Just going to lift those out, and then these are things that I can throw away. So like I say, I've already got bits and pieces already cut out, and I've just lost one underneath my tool bin, so we'll just get that. So I've ended up with 6 each of these patterns that I can lay in my card window. Okay, so I've already prepared this, so you can see that I used the same die to cut some black cardstock, and then trimmed it down to just get these 6 squares in the centre, and then that's been layered onto some black cardstock. So that's all I've done there. I just figured you didn't want to see me necessarily cut all of those, and I'm just going to use some wet glue and add those to the squares. So we're going to build the pattern up using 2 of each, which means we've got loads of spares left over, which is fine because we're going to do another quick project with these as well. These aren't actually exactly square, these are just slightly off square, so you can flip them 180 degrees but you can't flip them 90 degrees. So I couldn't put that one in that way, it's too wide. So it has to go like that. So that's my pattern built up. as Purple Posy is the predominant colour, I've already prepared these layers. So this ended up being 2 3/4 by 4 is the black layer, and then I've got a Purple Posy which is 3 by 4 1/4 matted onto some white which is 3 3/8 by 4 5/8. So I'm just going to grab a card base. I'm going to use some snail adhesive to add that to the card base. And then we're going to add this with originals. One in each corner, one in the middle, like so. There we go, we can just add that to that Purple Posy panel. Something like in the middle. Okay, so there we go, that's our base done. I think that's really pretty. We just need to add the sentiment. For that I've used the Ornate Thanks stamp set, and I've picked out this nice thank you sentiment. It's really nice and bold. This piece of Whisper White is 3/4 of an inch wide. Now we don't have Purple Posy ink, so I'm using Highland Heather, but it's a nice soft purple that will go quite nicely with that. So I'm going to line that piece of cardstock on my grid paper and try and get that sentiment as straight as I can on there. Good firm press. Ooh. There we go. Put that away before there's a incident. Just going to snip the ends of that slightly. So I'm not going to try and cut them straight, I'm just going to cut them at an angle. And if you want your angle to be identical at the other end, if you move that piece of cardstock to the end, hold it in place, and then snip away that bit, you get a nice even end to your sentiment. And then we're just going to add that to the middle. Press that in place. So there we go. So that's those. Okay. So there's both of those nice cards. Those are really, really great. But I had all those other squares left over. So what I decided to do was make a larger version. So I've already prepared a lot of this in advance, and I've actually added a full die cut of the black onto this regular sized card layer, if you like. So I'm just going to pick up these things. And with all those other bits and pieces, we're going to build up a full card front. So I'm just going to do that in. Again, I'm going to lay this glue on nice and quickly. I've already planned where my pieces are going to go, rather than trying to sort that out on camera with you guys watching me. Hence why that little pile of paper was as it was. Okay, so we're just going to fill in the blanks across here. I love the colours in this paper, they're just so happy, and it's It's a really, really nice set. There we are, just laying those in. So what I didn't want to happen is for me to end up with too many colours sort of next to each other that look the same. Wanted it nice and spread out. So I'd already planned this before I had all the purple posy bits put in, so those ones aren't included. Final piece. There we go. So it's just going to take a minute just to firm up. It's nice. So I had that on my silicone mat just in case some glue squidged out. Doesn't that look cool? Really like it. Really like it. I'm just going to get a large pair of scissors, and I'm going to turn that over, and I'm going to trim away the excess paper. I suppose I could have done this on the trimmer, but I was a bit worried I would it would tear on me. I'm just catching the edge of that wistful white there, but that's alright. Wow, I don't know what colour to do the sentiment in on this one. Let's have a little look. Once I see it on the card, maybe I should just do it black rather than add another colour. Okay, so that's ready to go straight onto a card base because I already know it's the right size. There we are. So, I really like this. This is really cool. There we go. So yeah, so what do you think? What do you think in terms of sentiment? Maybe we should pick out the yellow. We haven't used the yellow. Should we do that? What yellow is in the packet? It tells you on the packet exactly which colours are in there. It's crushed curry. Okay, let's grab that then. Crushed curry ink pad. I haven't worked off my stamp, so I'll just do that. So there isn't a lot of the crushed curry on the card front, just how it's worked out. So this will tie that together, I'm sure. Smashing. It's a lovely font that they've used on that stamp. So again, we'll trim the end like we did on the other one. So just that little bit, which will then replicate on the other end. Like so. And because this one's flat, I think we can get away with some dimensionals underneath that to give that a bit of dimension. do one at each end and one in the middle. There we go. I think I like this one better, even though these were my original idea. So the other one just came to me, and I thought, oh, I bet we could do a great big one with the panel. Okay, that's it then, guys. Thank you very much for joining me today. This was a DSP challenge, and I've used Pattern Play. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks ever so much. Don't forget, please, all the other the other YouTube videos are all going to be linked in my description, so I want you to go to each one of those videos and have a look at what they've done with the DSP. So everyone will have done something very different, I'm almost certain, so do check those out.